when you're importing and the thing is already made, it's just the price that it is. But I think something that's taken time for me to learn is
Like this one.
yes,
This one.
you have to think about the Uzi that you'll use, the buttons that you'll use, the zip that you'll use, the tailor's time, the electricity. There's so many things that you have to consider that you need to account for when you price.
Saseni mkofiti, karibuni sana to Celeste Reflection. Today is also a founders series edition. I am hosting a founder. I'm sure most of you maybe mnamjua, mmemwona. Of course, you know, some of the times we see beautiful pieces online, ama you see a beautiful dress, ama something beautiful. We don't get to think of how much work that is going behind, like the team, the sleepless nights, ama ilianzia wapi ndo hii dress ikam kutokea vizuri hivi. Because for everything that is beautiful, no matter a person, no matter a story, there's always something at the back that we don't know. So that's why today I'm hosting this amazing lady who most of us are clients. Mi kwanza sijui hata kama anajua mimi ni alumna, nijite alumna ama nijite wale wa OG. Karibu sana Zia.
Thank you so much, Sele.
Aki, let me say I am so happy for you making it here.
And me, I'm so happy and honored to be here.
Kai, Aki,
thank you.
I never nikiku-approach DM, wacha niwaambie na approaching watu wengi DM. It's not easy. First of all, it takes unajambia just text.
Yeah.
Akikulenga, of course this is a business page. You don't know whether she's reading ama.
Yeah.
Then you replied. I was
Of
so
course.
happy.
And me, when I saw, I was like, oh my God, Sele. I am so honored. Thank you for having me.
Oh, and I love your work.
Thank you.
I love your work. So before we even get into it, maybe you can just introduce yourself.
Okay.
Some of them maybe wanavaa collection yako na hawakujui. So tell us something about you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Zia Nyamari, and I'm the CEO and founder of Zia Africa, which is a sustainable fashion brand for women and children.
I didn't know you do children.
We do.
Like you have children on your website?
We have children's clothes on the website.
For real?
Yes, made
Hapo
from
nimefeel.
Zia Africa offcuts.
Really?
Yeah.
So I can twin with my daughter ama son?
Yes. So if you, even your sons, yeah. So if you get this, you can make for him shorts from what is left, from the cutting. So we are sustainable.
So it's not only girls.
No. Just children.
Me and
but
my
small
boys.
children.
Photo shoot loading.
Yes.
So tell us, how was it? Like, where did Zia Africa come in? Like, ni kitu ulikuwa nayo growing up, ama your mom was someone?
Yeah, no. I think I started Zia. Initially, it was just Trizex. You know, the way you just like, I start a business. My friends used to go out on the weekends. So I started by going to Gikomba, looking for clothes there, then selling to them. Then I'd sell, they sell out, they're like, we want more. So I was like, hey, yeah, this thing is actually viable. So because I saw a gap and guys are wearing the same thing at that time. That's in uni many years ago.
How many? Tell us. Atuta calculate.
Don't calculate.
We won't.
That was 13 years ago. Yeah.
Zia Africa is 13 years old.
Yeah,
Like,
it is. Yeah. So
a decade plus.
imagine a decade plus. So when I started, it was I started importing after I saw that, okay, when this dress is someone wants another one, they're not there. Obviously, Gikomba, thrift, you know how it goes. So I started by importing. I used to sit at Nakumat Lifestyle on Saturdays. Obviously, there's no borders at that time. So I used to say, okay, on Saturdays, come and meet me between 1 and 3.
They come pick.
Yeah, they come and try on in the washroom. Because that time it's payment on delivery. Try on in the washroom. If they like it, they go with it. If they don't, I just go back with my
So nika tu hoka.
basically, I was a hawker. But by this time now, I had opened a Facebook page. So I used to advertise on Facebook, then say, if you like, now you like book, and then you come on Saturday and try. Yeah.
So you go with whatever that was booked, ama you
Yes.
go with everything?
I would go with everything because it's not like I had so much stock, maybe like 10, 15 pieces. We're selling those high-low tops, tribal print.
Nakumbuka
Remember
high-low.
tribal print tights. were holding us, keeping us in a chokehold. But yeah, so I did that for some time until the pandemic. So
Until 2020.
yes, so this is 2013 till 2020. I'm just importing and selling to Facebook followers, Facebook friends.
Already, which was already Zia Africa.
Now it was Zia Collection at that time.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it was registered as Zia Collection. So when the pandemic happened, I had opened a store. Now we have grown kidogo. I was excited. I put all my savings. I quit my job. I had a job now after uni.
So this was part-time. Were you doing it as part-time?
It was like a side hustle.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Okay.
because now I'm just importing, I would just reply to them like at lunchtime.
Lunch hour. Okay.
Yeah. So now during the pandemic, I was like, before the pandemic 2019, I said, let me put all my savings together. I open a store. I leave this job. Corporate life is not for me. Hey.
You are in 8 to 5.
Yes, 8 to 5. Yeah. But I always had this feeling that what if I give my business as much as I'm giving this job? How much can it thrive? So by the time I was now opening my physical store, I was really excited and really hopeful at the potential and the possibility. I was even starting to think, what if I get one tailor? Then what would that look like? So I opened like this. Within, I think, 1 month, COVID was announced. Yeah. So I closed as soon as I opened. It was so, by the way, it was so dramatic. If there was a time I was going to quit, it was going to be that time. Yeah. So yeah,
Are you a lover of fashion?
I love fashion.
I can tell.
You can't tell.
Like I can tell from the hair to the earrings,
Yeah.
like I can tell. So COVID hit, then now here you are going back home. Of course, there's no
Yeah.
8 to 5. You quit 8 to
I
5.
have quit my job.
You've taken your savings.
I've taken my savings.
You've gotten one fundi and a
No,
space.
at this point, I've not even started made in Kenya. Now I'm still importing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I had just given birth actually. So I was, by then I was ambitious. I've given birth, I've quit my job. I'm just like, yeah, you faithful servant.
So how
Oh,
did,
you.
what happened after after COVID imekam?
So now I started thinking. So I still had a bit of savings. I said, okay, let me consider doing local manufacturing. I didn't give up because online was still booming. Now that's when guys are at home, guys are doing TikToks and content
Yeah.
creation has hit. At this time now we have many years of experience of content creation. So we just built on that. When I say me, it was just me and a sales lady. And I joined an incubator. So now this incubator helped me put some structure into my business because until then it was just a side hustle. I was not bookkeeping. I was just vibing.
Incubator program, like an entrepreneurship
Yes.
course? Oh,
Yeah, like a
okay.
business,
Okay.
like 6-month course. So they asked me like, what are your challenges? I said finances,
Of
obviously.
course, we need money.
We need money. I need to like learn how to scale because also I was not scaling. Like if we're bringing 20 pieces, I was bringing 20 pieces throughout. I never wanted to. I was so scared, by
Oh,
the
hata
way.
ziki make profit.
Yeah, I would just inject the same amount of money, get the same money like that. I was so scared, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I was scared of dead stock and yeah, and people not buying. So I was like, as long as I know guys are buying, when it sells out, I'm like, poleni, me sell out, ni hivo.
Then you bring something new, 20 pieces.
Yes, Evo. Evo. For
It's
a
also
long
nice
time.
for a customer like me. Staki tuvae watu mia.
Exactly. So
Nikijua
guys
they
used to
come
like
in 20.
that.
Yeah.
Eh.
We don't like at the city
Everyone,
uniform.
exactly.
Ah.
Yeah.
And maybe I should ask, is there a meaning ya Zia? Ama Zia ni jina?
Ni
Is there
jina tu ilikuwa nickname.
yako? From?
Sitaki kusema. Talk to me nicely.
But then ilikuwa nafikiria maybe kuna something Z for something, I for
No,
something.
by the way, it was just a nickname in high school. And then I really liked it because my real name, Chatunta, by the end of this podcast, I'll tell you. But
So Zia is not your name.
no. It's a nickname. It's not even registered anywhere, by the way, as my name.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but I later found out it means, I think, adorable and cute and
After having used it for a
for
while.
like over a decade, yeah. Then I was like, hey, by the way, what does this name mean? Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say has been, after ufanye your course,
Yeah.
what has been like the biggest business lesson?
I think
Ama, what did you learn during that incubator time that you were doing wrong?
The biggest one was mindset. I had to shift my mindset because I was thinking very small, and I think many businesses are scared of their potential and are not willing to step out in faith. So as soon as I started bringing in more clothes, that's when I started seeing the growth tremendously. Yeah, I didn't think like people would buy, but once you have 100 pieces sitting there, you have to sell. Yeah, so just shifting your mindset, believing in yourself, that's another big one. And discipline. I think discipline is a big one for business owners because there's no boss you have to report to at 8 or clock out at 5. So you're the one who has to motivate yourself, motivate your team, and be consistent. I think I've learned that consistency pays. Yeah.
Hapo kwa mindset, I'm still stuck.
Oh, okay.
What had to shift? Hiyo story ya kuitisha kidogo kidogo. Like, what are the things you had to change?
I think just courage and also aggressive marketing, because once you have a lot, you have to do more. Yeah, when you're just selling, your 20 guys are buying, it's very easy.
To just reach them on Sato, pimeni hapo kwa washroom.
Alafu we move on. But motivating yourself is a big one, and also wanting more for yourself. You see, like growing up, I don't think I had any convos around money or finances, things like that. We just, like all of us, were just going to school, you get a good job and you move on. But in terms of, even having targets, I didn't even think at what kind of salary would I want from my business.
Yeah.
In my head, it was just always a side hustle. So just, wanting more for yourself.
So now you pay yourself from your business?
Yes, I pay myself a salary.
We umesoma? Where ulienda?
But after how long? I just used to vibe, by the way. I didn't even know which money is which one is my account, which one is... It was just all jumbled.
So now your business is way separate from you as a person.
So it has a separate account. It pays salaries. I can just dip whenever I want. I have a team now.
So you're clearly not self-employed. You have a business.
I
No. The way you're talking, you have you have structures running.
Okay, yes, that much I do. But it took time. It took a lot of time and patience.
Does the online presence translate to the sales?
Hey, that's a good question because
we know you.
Yeah.
You have an online presence.
Yes.
Maybe I don't know if it's bigger than your business.
Would I say they'd be like same. Same.
Okay. None outweighs the other.
Yes, I think so.
So does it help
Yeah.
to your business? Does it add value?
It definitely adds value, but it would remind me the question.
Does your online, like the way we know Zia, we know you.
Yeah.
We know you're a mom, we know you're a wife, we know
Yes.
you're a nice girl. Does it help? Does it add value to the
Yeah.
Zia Africa brand?
I think it does, because I've spent a lot of time building my personal brand. So now I advise business owners, fellow business owners. I've shifted my content to be more around growing a business, growing a brand. I had my first masterclass this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like talking to SMEs.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So I realized actually I have a passion for helping business owners grow and just navigate this whole scene.
That's
Because
nice.
I felt like when I was starting out, I didn't have anyone to talk to. And I know many business owners feel lonely as well. You're just like, who can I call?
Yeah.
So just positioning my brand to be more of a, brand building. And also I'm passionate about sustainability. So I talk a lot about that. So that's how they go hand in hand. Yeah.
Can you consider yourself to be more creative or more strategic when it comes to business?
More creative. I can wake up in the morning and say, so I have this idea. After I've planned, I've strategized the whole day. Yeah, that's me. My team is always like, okay, yeah.
Okay. So you're more on the creative side. So you come up with a design idea.
Yes. I enjoy that part, the photo shoots, the styling. That's the fun part. That's why I started this business.
Okay.
Now the other 90%, because that's only 10% of the ops and admin and human resource. See, I don't know if I enjoy it so much.
So you started as passion.
Yeah.
You love styling, you love fashion.
Yes.
Then here comes this big business.
Yeah, it actually grew more than I thought. I always thought of it as just this small thing that I do on the side. And then one day I spoke to someone and they're like, what if you put in all the effort you put into your other ventures or my corporate job at that time? And until that point, I'd always seen it as just like a thing.
Passion.
Yeah, just
I
like a
love
fun
it.
thing.
My friends love it.
Exactly. You see people on Instagram wearing your clothes, you feel so nice. You're like, okay, this is fun. Let me bring my 20 pieces again and repeat. Yeah.
Okay, let me ask, what did you do in uni? Because you said your friends
Yeah.
in uni
Uh-huh.
used to love when you style them. What did you do in uni?
I actually studied community development.
Is there any way they're marrying each other with your brand?
Yes. We empower women in my local county. So we have a tailoring
okay.
training of tailors program. So we train tailors. I'm from Nandi, and then we employ them. Yeah. So my big goal is by 2040 is to train 1,000 tailors. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's where my background comes in. I really want to empower women. 90% of our employees are women. So I'm passionate about women just fending for themselves, creating a livelihood, and following their passion and making money from it. Yeah.
So these tailors are only from Nandi? Am I everywhere in Kenya?
They're from everywhere in Kenya, but the program I've started is from
You've
Nandi.
started in Nandi.
Yeah.
Okay. So far, how many tailors?
So far, we have trained 10 tailors. That was last year. Yeah. We are hoping to train 15 more this year because we also need tailors who have a bit of background. And now we just refine their skills and help them create pieces that are sellable. Even if they don't get employed by us, they can create garments that are really good quality that they can even sell in their community.
Now, I want us to get into the making. You see, when you walked in, that koti, hiyo hata nishasema tafadhali,
Yeah.
if I can order that one.
Yes.
Like that coat is so nice. I
Okay,
love
thank
it. I swear. I
you.
even love the fabric.
Thank you so much.
Take me behind the scene of making a cloth. By the
Yeah.
time I see it online, I'm like, okay, dress ni supu.
Yeah.
What happens? Like uliamka,
Yeah.
ukasketch ka idea kamekupata usiku kwa ndoto.
Yeah.
How?
Literally.
Like before you fike Instagram, I'm sure there's a chain
Yeah.
of process. Yeah.
So, like, okay, let me give you the example of this one.
Yes.
So, as I mentioned, I'm sustainable. Our brand is sustainable, which just means that we make clothes with the environment in mind. So, we try and reduce our impact on the environment with the fabrics that we use. We are slow fashion models. So, when you order, we make on order. We don't just have a bunch of clothes waiting for you. So, that helps us also reduce the dead stock. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and fashion is one of the most polluting industries in the world. So, like this one, now when we were transitioning into sustainability, it actually came to me in a dream that I want to create my own print. So you can see it has the heads if you look keenly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Had you noticed?
No. Jeff, I hope tutaona hii. This is letter Z.
Yeah. So these are Zs. This actually came to me in a dream. So I'm not very good in art, but I have the passion. So I was drawing it. And then I gave it to someone who helped me now put it into...
You know, no, I can't unsee the
I
Z.
know.
I was not seeing a Z before.
So I looked for a supplier that can print for us this fabric, this print on cotton. Then I found a supplier in Makueni.
What do you mean?
Yeah, in Makueni.
Makueni is where I come from.
Yeah, for real? I didn't know that.
So this supplies in Makueni?
Yes.
Hey,
So they're
okay.
also sustainable and they employ women who actually hand weave themselves.
Oh,
Yeah, so I loved that story. I loved that story. So I said, hey, I now need to make clothes here locally and get fabrics here locally that are sustainable. Because this, if you throw it, even if it's after 100 years, it will biodegrade as opposed to polyester.
It's sisal. Ama it's what?
It's cotton.
Cotton made from what?
From cotton.
Cotton ile inapanda hivi kwa shamba.
Yo, cotton. So we even went to a factory.
Tunaitanga aje?
Oh, from your place?
Yeah, pamba.
Pamba. Niyo.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can see it's really good quality.
It is. This is the first thing when you walked in.
Yeah.
I was like, that is a good one.
Yeah, so like now for this one, yes, now we got the fabric from Makueni. My tailor stitched. We did a few samples, and some samples make it like this one was just for the runway. Others don't make it. We just shelve it for another time. So it depends. If I like it, because we have to sample many things to see what is actually feasible, what people may like.
So you use the fabric, you make a
Yeah.
dress, you make
Yes, then you see which one works. Sometimes it backfires. You can even finish a whole roll. Nothing is working. So it's a long process, about like a month from sampling to grading to now doing the photo shoot, then releasing.
So like, is this one released yet? Am I?
No, this is not released. But after the compliments you've given me, I
Please
just
release
might.
it. Guys, tumekeni sales kadhaa to release this one.
Eh,
I love it. I swear, I do.
Thank
So
you.
some does not make it to the shelf. Some.
No.
So that's
Yeah.
a loss, Ama. You count it as a loss,
No,
Ama.
because sometimes things even come back around. From years, I'll be like, hey, what happened to that design? Then all of a sudden, now we reinvent it. So
there's-
we just keep them somewhere. We also have sample sales once a year. So we invite our customers to the workshop to come and buy the samples that we've produced that are good quality, but we never sold them. So even at throwaway prices from 500 shillings. Yeah.
That one, please. Hiyo mkieka kwa sample sales,
Utakujia?
that one is nice. So you think about an idea,
Yeah.
you wake up, sketch it, look for a fundi, ama
Yeah.
look for you're going to get.
No, we have a workshop. I have a workshop.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
in Gara. So we actually employ 18 women. 18? No, 16 women, 2 men. Yeah. So it's been nice building a team. So even when I'm always asked, how do you not give up? I'm like, I can't. Where are they going to
Yeah.
go?
These
Yeah.
are 18 families.
Exactly. Those are 18 families. So I think even when I started employing, I became more aggressive in terms of making sure Zia has to work because I need them to have a place to get money. Yeah.
So that makes sense when you say
Yeah.
it's you order, then we make it.
Yes.
So you don't have ready pieces.
We have a few. So I have a physical store at Village Market, but it's more of a display just for customers who want to see the fabric, feel the fabric, fit. It's also a pickup point. But majorly, we're a slow fashion brand. Online drives at least 80% of our revenue.
Actually, that was my next question. What would you say was the difference between you getting a physical store and having an online presence?
Well, it was easier because we had already built an online presence. So most of our walk-ins are from online.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they made you have there.
Yes.
Because you want to come and say.
Yeah, that was the biggest question. I want to come and see. I want to come and feel. Kwanza Kenyans, the way they really doubt us as as brands online.
I want to
they're
come and
like,
touch.
Exactly. They want to make sure like you won't go with their money. Yeah. So.
Are there any silly financial mistakes you've made in the 13 years?
Many. I don't even know
Two
where
maybe
to start.
zenye unasema this one.
What is a silly one that I made?
Okay.
Well, there's a big one. Oh my goodness. Till today, it haunts me. Now I've done, I'm an incubator. I'm feeling empowered. I said, hey, I'm still importing at this time. I'm still thinking of transitioning. I said, let me buy 50 skirts from China. One, like, if it's like that coat, now 50 of them, now skirts. Same color, same everything.
So if it's this 50
50
exact,
exact. Size different
Okay,
sizes.
Okay.
But when I looked at it, Yani, it looked so it looked so beautiful. I just knew this skirt is going to be it. It's going to come and sell out. I can't wait to do a photo shoot. Hey, those skirts came. Do you know, till today, I just look at them. I don't know what I can ever do with them.
50.
They were
Ama
terrible.
there were many.
They were horrible. The quality was so bad. I was saying there's no woman I would let wear this skirt. Even if my worst enemy, I would not wish it upon her. And by the way, if I show you what you ordered versus, oh my God, it was horrible. So that was a big financial mistake because I didn't sample. I was just winging it. I'd never worked with that supplier before. I was like, okay, it looks nice. Nika order tu hivo. Yeah, that was a really tough one.
And I'm sure many founders can relate to that because we order things, what you see versus what
telling
you
you.
get.
It was humbling. Kwanza 50 of them, you're just like, now what will I do with them? I can't even give anyone. I was even thinking of selling them to these shops in town. I'm just like, who is going to buy these?
Who's going to wear them?
Yeah. And another one, I don't know if it was a silly financial mistake, but the first location I opened at, the one that didn't work out, I was really promised the sun and the moon and the stars. the guy was like, hey, this brand is coming here, this who and
Physical
who.
location.
So you know those strip malls, it was at Adams, still there, I think. They had really talked it up. They had said it's going to be the most buzzing thing that ever happened. Granted, COVID did happen, but even before COVID, hey, I was looking at this place. I'm like, guy, did I make the right decision? Because there was no walk-ins. It was dead. It was hidden behind
Dead.
Suju. Hey, it was hidden behind Suju, where those brands that they said will come, they never came. Yeah, that was character development on another level.
I can imagine. Mtu
Yeah.
amekwambia kutakuja drive through.
Sijui
Unajua.
supermarket gani. Oh my god, I'll never forget.
Hata yako job.
By the way, ako job.
Hata yako job. So you can't blame them.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
hata when COVID happened, I was like, hata afadhali tu niachane naye.
Ukawambia COVID imekuja sasa nirudi. Ukaachana na au kuingia?
No, si nilikuwa nimeingia, but now I had experienced maybe a month or so of just drive. Even before COVID was announced, I was just like, here there's no hope. Hata my girl used to tell me, I was walking in town, I saw another spot there. I was thinking maybe we imagine amtafutia. The whole day she just sits the whole day, nobody has come. Every day is like that.
That's a good employee.
I know.
That's a good employee. What do you think is the one financial thing that most people underestimate when it comes to fashion?
Production costs. You know, it's very different. When you're importing and the thing is already made, it's just the price that it is. But I think something that's taken time for me to learn is...
Like this one.
Yes.
This one.
You have to think about the Uzi that you'll use, the buttons that you'll use, the zip that you'll use, the tailor's time, the electricity. There's so many things that you have to consider that you need to account for when you price. So I think in terms of pricing, because I normally see made in Kenya brands, some of them are very fairly priced. I'm like, how are you guys paying your workers? Yeah. And I believe in fair wages, especially respecting people's time.
Yeah.
So I think production costs is something that maybe not many brands think about, especially when they open a workshop and they have employees. Yeah.
Maybe it's because maybe wao wanataka tu kumit overheads. They're not thinking.
Yeah. I don't know. But that's one. And then with fashion, I think just trying to create a unique brand, unique pieces that are just known as you. There's been a lot of, what do I say?
Copy.
Yes.
Copy. Actually, that's something I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I'll see a dress. This one is someone who has
Yeah.
made it. I'll see the same dress with someone else.
Yeah.
I'm like, who? Okay, sisemi it's bad.
Yeah.
But why are we not being creative?
Yeah.
All of you mulilala.
I know, I thought of
Mukafikiria
the
hizi
same.
Z.
There's no way. There's no way. In
Like,
fact, that's what
yeah.
led me to making this print, because I was feeling like we're all buying from the same suppliers. We all know where we get our fabric. You buy a nice print, then you see another brand has launched a collection with it. You're just like, guys, sa tutakuwa na the same print sisi wote.
Na the same design. Watch out a
same
print.
design.
Design.
So
Okay. So it makes sense when you say you're starting from scratch.
yeah,
Building your own fabric.
exactly. So I want us to be an affordable luxury brand. Yeah.
Can you put affordable and luxury in the same
Yes.
sentence?
Yes, if you compare like let's say proper designers abroad versus the prices that we have, we are very affordable.
Oh, okay.
That's what
If
I
you
mean.
compare,
Yes, yes.
okay. So I know as a designer, you've created something. There's something you've created. You liked it, but you didn't sell. Is there?
Yes, many.
What can I say? What leads to that decision? Because if I like this thing, like this one, you're saying it was just for the runway.
Yeah.
You liked it.
I
love it. What dictated that decision of not selling this piece? Ujafikisha kwa soko tukakata.
By the way, I don't even know. But now that you've said it, Tafika. But the ones that have not made it, maybe like a challenge that we have as a fashion industry is lack of sufficient fabric for all the brands that are now doing made in Kenya. So maybe one day you go and you find, okay, this fabric is available, very nice. The next day you go Aiko. And then, you know, like for us, we also buy secondhand fabric. So secondhand means kesho inaweza kuwa, kesho,
Haiko.
exactly. So that can also, whether there are many collections that we had planned to do, we just go back, that fabric is not there, which is sad. Another one could be maybe it's not viable for the market. Because also Kenyans are very safe. We're not like West Africans who can really go all out in terms of fashion.
Yeah.
So you have to make something that people will actually buy and wear. And sometimes by the way we test, we do a lot of tests before we release or even put it at village market. We see, will people buy this? We have a few of our customers come and try on. We test in different sizes, how it will look on a size 20, how it will look on a size 8, size 6. Then you look, this design, I don't know if it can work.
So that is what will influence your
Yes,
decision.
yeah.
Oh, and do you feel like, I love the way you've said Kenyans play it safe.
Yeah,
you
we
feel
do.
like we really,
We do.
we are
play
not
it
yet
safe. We are not
ready
yet
to
there.
be, okay.
I think it just takes a few people to pioneer.
Bold.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. But I think we're making more effort. It's not like kitambo, tunajaribu. Yeah. But also us as fashion brands, we have to give you guys
Options.
yes.
You've not tried us.
Acha, we're trying you. Acha, you'll
Try
release this
us.
one. Namsiponunua.
Msiseme tuko safe.
I'll bring the box to your house. The box of blazers. Mtavana Kate.
Ebusu watengeneze mingi. Tengeneza tu yangu. We, inaweza fika pale waseme, Sele alituongelea, who told us?
I know. So it's things like this. Someone might look at it and say, hey, those sleeves are so big. But someone like you, maybe.
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah. So I also love experimenting and trying and even just putting out things that I like. Too bad. If you guys don't like it, I hope that you do. But that's part of the creative process because it also makes it authentic to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to just release things that you guys like and me, I don't like the clothes I sell. Yeah.
But is there a market outside Kenya?
Yes, we ship worldwide.
So do you target them? Or you just target the Kenyan market?
No, we target them as well.
So there's something we might not like,
Yeah.
then wao wapende.
Exactly, yeah. So you'll see, like if you go to our website, we have the essentials.
Yeah.
Then now we have the very creative, fun fashion pieces for the fashion lovers like you, Sele.
This one. Hii nayo nimependa. What has the Kenyan market taught you? In matters fashion. Nimependa hiyo umesema they are safe, not like South Africans. What else?
What has the Kenyan market taught me? There's room for everyone. Yeah, there's enough room for everyone. I think initially when I started, we were accountable brands, but even as we have grown, I found that there's customers for everyone.
That's true.
Yeah, there's customers for everyone. So if you see another brand open, don't feel like, oh my God, now people will stop buying from me. No, they'll still buy from you. And there's a reason why they buy from you. I think it's also taught me to have a niche and just focus on that. The right customers will come to you. And what else has the fashion industry taught me? That you have to be passionate. Honestly, if I was not passionate, I don't think I'd be here 13 years
13
later.
years later, I
Yeah.
swear, hiyo ni passion.
So that's how you might see a brand opens today, closes tomorrow, because they don't have the passion. But
They did it because someone else was doing it.
yes,
But
exactly. You have to have the passion because that's what will keep you when elections are happening, when mandamano is happening, you don't know where the rent is coming from. Those are real situations that happen. So
what happens by the maandamano ikikam?
people don't buy.
So how do you deal with that?
You just keep advertising.
You just keep moving.
You keep moving and hope that next month will be better. I feel like that's business. You just stay hopeful. You just like hoping. And there are times when it's so nice. It's like, oh my God, thank God I did this. This is a lot of fun. This is giving me all the profits I need. But there are times you're like, where will I make it? But you have to. You just have to.
I love how you're smiling. Yani mtu anasema ni entrepreneur. You're just very, very happy. Are
No,
there
what else
times
can
you
you
felt
do?
like, okay, hii maandamano ama hii biashara ama hizi sales, guys, 18 families, I know you've said they motivate you.
Yeah.
But are there times you felt like, aki 13 years by this, acha tu nifunge?
Yeah.
'Cause-
Often, very often. Because it's not always smooth. I feel like that's the lie that's sold. Quit your job so that you have freedom, time, you control your time. But it builds character. And the gym has helped with that as well because it's kept me resilient and disciplined and patient. And then you realize that just because today was bad doesn't mean tomorrow will be bad. So maybe yesterday we had 0 sales, but then you find today we've sold everything. Yeah. So you just stay hopeful. I think that's what
Hopeful.
you have to be.
You never lose hope.
Never lose
That's the
hope.
worst thing that can happen.
Yeah. I think I always just toy with the idea of what if this blows up and blows up to the point of, international standards, where we're in Miami and, and that's a possibility. You never know which piece will get you there. So you just have to keep trying and keep the faith.
What has been your I know you've dealt with customers, online customers. What has been the most surprising online surprising customer experience?
What? Hey, when you asked me what the Kenyan industry has taught me, that's what I should have started with. The kind of customers. Hey, we've been character developed. Not a Twitter thread or going viral on Twitter, what I ordered versus what I got. And it's a totally different body shape. So we have dealt with so many things. Kenyans, the interesting thing is they're very quick to, what do you call, cancel a
Yeah,
small
cancel
business.
culture.
Cancel culture.
Yeah.
Sorry. They're very quick to cancel a small brand, but a big brand, they'll forgive you 100 times
I
7.
agree.
So we've had a few instances of just you wake up in the morning and someone has just ranted on stories, and maybe it's a situation that was out of your control. Maybe the rider just disappeared or something like that. You thinking the dress has already been delivered. Well, yeah, we've had very tough customers, but we've had very good customers as well, who've grown with us all these years.
And I love that. You see that cancel culture you've mentioned, there's also a founder who said the same thing, because you find hata hajakupea hiyo feedback amepeleka online.
By the way, that happens.
The
You're
first
like,
person-
what? Like,
You should have just addressed me, then we
yeah,
try.
exactly. Or they'll go and write a review, but on call, they're very nice to you. You're like, oh, am I talking to the same person?
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know. It's easier to type.
Yes,
You know, it's easier to
behind
type
a
when
computer,
yeah,
no one
it's
is
easier
seeing
to
you.
type when they meet you.
Yeah.
Very different people.
But that's so true. You've
Yeah.
experienced that as well.
Yeah, like they can type. This is your gadget.
Right.
You have freedom to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You just type whatever. But when they meet you face, they can't even ask. Ama even complain. Ama give the
Yeah.
feedback that they wanted to give. Say like,
Exactly.
mimi ndo ningekusaidia.
Yeah, so true. In fact, I respect the customers who will come to me directly, even if it's in my personal DM, and say this situation frustrated me, and I just wanted to let you know.
At least I can do something.
Yeah, exactly. And it's feedback that can help us improve. In fact, I love feedback because that's the only way we'll improve. But yeah, ranting on Twitter, I'm just like, guy.
But I mean, again, I think it's the price we have to pay for being in
Yeah.
such. And you've mentioned you go to the gym, so that keeps you
Yeah.
in those tough times.
Yes.
So it helps you be disciplined, be patient with even those customers.
Right.
So gym is also a way of where you cope with mental load. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gotten me through the most toughest of times. Personally and business-wise, I feel like the gym keeps me grounded. Yeah, it's the
that's
one
true.
thing that just, yeah. And also the endorphins are good. If I don't go to the gym, by the way, I feel like something is missing.
Ama you're moody.
Yes, you're moody, you just want to sleep.
That's true. That's me.
That's you as well.
That's me. That's
Yeah,
me.
working out really helps with that, keeping up the energy.
Do you have any plans of maybe expanding, going to tutakupata Ghana ama ukuje Makueni?
Amen.
Makueni, now that
Mko na
the
malls
fabric is in
huko?
Makueni. Kama fabric iko kwetu.
But yeah, I would love to expand.
Uh-huh.
Praying that this is the year that we open our second store.
Oh, nice.
Might be Nairobi, actually might be out, might be in Makueni. You never
Please
know.
come to Makueni.
Yeah. But I think our biggest goal is just growing our revenue and employing more women tailors.
Nice. I
Yeah.
love that. Do you feel like, as a Kenyan brand founder, do you feel like you get the support from us, the customers, that you need? Do we really support that Kenyan brand? Ama tunakimbilia kuimport, tunaacha hizi Kenyan za kwetu? What can you say
Imagine
about us?
you guys are doing well.
Okay.
Yeah, I can say that you've really embraced Made in Kenya brands.
Nice.
In fact, there are many customers who shop with us just because we are made in Kenya.
I love that.
Yeah, in fact, when they walk into Village Market, they're like, you guys are made here. They are possibly going to shop with you just because of that. So I really appreciate that Kenyans are now embracing and loving their identity more.
I love that. Anything you can tell the Kenyan brand founder owners, maybe in fashion?
Uh-huh.
Naweza ambia, okay, najua you're not entitled to advise them, but maybe you can just encourage you as that community ya Kenyan made brands, something mnaweza stop doing or keep doing.
Yeah. I'd say I'd love for us to collaborate more. Yes, that's something that's also in the pipelines. We'll be collaborating with a few Made in Kenya brands.
Nice.
And when we come together, great things happen.
For
So I think just supporting each other, not stealing designs. If you see someone has a design, just let them have it. Yeah, even if you'd already
But then they'll say
sampled.
you're not the original of the idea.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, just collaboration.
Yeah.
Collaboration and just supporting each other.
And also feel like if they can be creative, tunaweza kuwa na designs mingi sana.
Yeah,
Don't wait
there's
for
so
Zia
many.
to think,
Yeah.
then you all jump into that one.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, I know we're all here to grow our businesses, and there's enough for everyone. So I'll
Now,
stick with
insist
that.
your sana.
There is.
The market is enough.
It's enough. Remember when Rihanna was launching Fenty, there was this whole thing of when you go to a bread aisle, how many brands are there?
So
and
many.
they're all selling bread. So I think ever since I saw that, my mindset also shifted. Like imagine there's enough.
That's true.
And we're not just thinking locally, we're thinking internationally.
Globally,
Imagine how many women there are in the world, leave alone Kenya. Even if 100 of them shop from you, there's no 100 other women who can shop from
There are.
another brand. Yeah.
That's true. So I think that's the one thing people need to shift their mindset on.
Yeah.
See ati huyu ameniibia design ama the cake is too big.
Yeah.
Whether you're joining content creation today,
Yeah.
someone who joined 10 years ago, we can.
Right.
Followers wako, people are there to consume your content.
Exactly.
Just do your thing. Don't
Yeah.
feel like we are competing with so and so. The cake is too big. For someone watching Zia for the first time and they have an idea, they want to start doing Kenya. Of course, I know producing Kenyan brands it's very expensive. But they want to start maybe from hapo kwa Gikomba.
Yeah.
Anataka tu kuanza. Maybe a few tips you can tell them. Because you've told them the cake is enough for everyone, for sure.
Yeah.
The market is big. A few tips for them to start.
The first one is just start. There are so many ideas that have died in the grave, so let yours not be one of them. Just start. You learn as you go. Fail forward. Fail forward is a big one because you're going to learn a lot of things once you start. You won't learn when you're just at home writing your goals or hoping. You have to start to learn. And be consistent. Be consistent. Look for mentors, business mentors who can advise you, who can handhold you. And yeah, the world is your oyster. You can dream as big as you want, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Thank you so much. Has entrepreneurship changed your journey in a way?
Yes.
Were you this?
No. In fact, I'm sure my former colleagues just look at me and they're like, who is she? For sure. It has changed me in so many ways. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've enjoyed the conversation for sure.
Oh, thank you.
I love it when founders somehow speak the same language. Like there was a founder here before and he said the same thing. Start.
Really?
You know, it sounds very cliche when you tell someone start. But honestly, kama unataka kuanza kuuza mango na hujaifika Gikomba.
Yeah, exactly.
Tutakusaidia aje.
Exactly.
You see, so when you say start, we say chukua hiyo saa uko nayo, fika Gikosh, okota za sponge leo,
Exactly.
enda post.
But this is so true. And start small. Start where you are. Don't wait at it to
Exactly.
get at it. When I get 50K, that's when I'm going. No,
Ama
just
when I
start.
can get to a physical brand.
Or when I get to this number of followers. No, just start where you are.
Yeah, with those 20 followers ukiuza tops mbili leo umake so
Exactly.
mbili, kesho they will tell their friends hii top niliona kwa page
Right.
fulani. Organically.
Right.
And I feel like organically growth is just the best.
The best. It may
Right?
take long, but slow and sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So guys, just start. Just start. Every founder keeps on saying, just start. So hata we
Yeah.
jiulize, why are they all speaking the same language? Just
Yeah.
start. What is this start?
So true.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Zia. Na sasa
you,
tuambie
Sele.
Zia inamaanisha nini?
Guy.
We won't release you until
Oh,
we get to
my full
understand.
name.
Eh. Like ulituambia you'll tell us at the end.
Hii sikuwe ati soundbite or what is it called, the promotion.
Sasa
Iko tu hapo ndani.
umeshawaambia hivyo. Ushawaambia hivyo, sasa ndo wataikata. You know she said. Sasa ndo wataichukua.
Okay, my full names are Zipporah. I knew you were not ready for that one. Zipporah Chepkemei Bet Nyamari. Imagine.
So they called you Zia.
They called now in high school because now actually growing up I used to feel like Zipporah is for an old lady.
No,
So I used
stick
to tell
to Zia. Even me, I will tell you,
Yeah.
stick to Zia.
So I used to tell my mom, don't worry, when I reach 60, I'll take back Zipporah.
No, but what was ZP? We don't have any bad thing. It's a very nice name.
It's all love.
Oh God, Aki singefikiria
I
kitu.
know. Cindy, I don't look like a Zipporah.
You look like a Zia.
I do.
For now, let us stick with Zia.
Yeah. Hii part unaweza kata. We can keep it between the two of us, Ele. I make for you your
Editor
jacket.
atasema yezi katika. But thank you so much, ZP, for coming.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Guys, until next time, bye-bye. From me and ZP.
Oh, no. Bye.